Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter. It is the start of a holiday weekend. An 8-year-old girl heads outside to play. She is close to home. She is surrounded by people who know her. But before the evening is over, she is gone. More than 27 years later, questions still remain. How does an 8-year-old just disappear from her own neighborhood? And where is she now? This is the story of Shy'Kemmia Pate. Shy'Kemmia Pate was 8 years old. Home was Unadilla, Georgia, a small community in Dooley County. She was known as Shy, a third-grade student who enjoyed playing outside with friends. But Shy'Kemmia lived with serious health challenges. She had severe asthma. One of her kidneys was underdeveloped. She wore a leg brace because of a knee condition. She also required ongoing medical care. According to her mother, she grew up in a neighborhood where everybody knew everybody. For Shy'Kemmia, it was home. September 4th, 1998, the Friday before Labor Day. That morning, Shy'Kemmia's mother, Veronica Pate, walked her daughter to school. When classes ended, Shy'Kemmia returned home. Her older sister, LaSwanda Hickey, planned to take her to a high school football game. It was something she had looked forward to. While they waited to leave, LaSwanda lay down to take a nap. Shy'Kemmia went outside to play. In her neighborhood, children often played outside. It was the same neighborhood she knew as home. Later that evening, LaSwanda woke up. Before heading to the football game, she left home to get gasoline. As she drove through the neighborhood, she saw Shy'Kemmia standing on a neighbor's porch on Crumpler Avenue, near the Roxy Club. Years later, LaSwanda would say she thought her little sister might have been trying to get her attention, but she continued to the gas station. When she returned, Shy'Kemmia was gone. She was told Shy'Kemmia had walked farther up the street. She called her name, but Shy'Kemmia was nowhere to be found. The sun had set, and Shy'Kemmia had still not come home. Family, friends, and neighbors called her name, searching the streets. But there was no sign of Shy'Kemmia. That night, Veronica Pate contacted police. According to her family, they were told to wait before a missing person report could be taken. The search continued through the night. By the time authorities became aware of the case the next morning, investigators would later say those first hours were critical. The search expanded rapidly. The Dooley County Sheriff's Office, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, and hundreds of volunteers joined the effort. Helicopters searched from above. Tracking dogs joined the search. Fields and nearby homes were searched. Investigators went door to door, interviewing witnesses, following leads. But despite the scale of the search, there was no trace of Shy'Kemmia. No personal belongings, no physical evidence to explain where she had gone. As investigators continued their work, Shy'Kemmia had not disappeared from an isolated place. She disappeared from a neighborhood where people knew one another. Investigators have long believed Shy'Kemmia likely knew the person involved in her disappearance. There were no reports of a struggle, no reports of a scream, no obvious signs she was forced away. For Veronica Pate, the search never ended. Describing the years since her daughter disappeared, she said, "It's a storm that never stops storming in your life." For 2 years, she slept next to an unlocked front door, hoping that one night, her little girl would walk back home. As the years passed, there were birthdays, holidays, and milestones without Shy'Kemmia. They never stopped searching. They never stopped asking, what happened to Shy? Over time, authorities publicly identified persons of interest. Investigators have said one of them was among the last people known to have seen Shy'Kemmia. Years later, he was convicted in unrelated sexual assault cases involving minors. However, he has denied any involvement in Shy'Kemmia's disappearance, and he has never been charged in connection with her case. No one has been charged in Shy'Kemmia Pate's disappearance. More than 20 years after Shy'Kemmia disappeared, in 2022, a woman contacted the family. She claimed she believed she was Shy'Kemmia. According to Veronica, the woman shared personal details that left her believing she was speaking to her daughter. At one point, the woman said, "If we never see each other again, I just want you to know I ain't dead." Investigators arranged DNA testing. The results ruled her out. But for Veronica, the questions never ended. Veronica has publicly said she still believes the call may have come from her daughter. Today, more than 27 years later, the case remains open. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, and the Dooley County Sheriff's Office continue to ask for the public's help. A reward remains available for information leading to Shy'Kemmia's safe return. After all this time, there is still no answer. What happened to Shy'Kemmia Pate? Our thoughts are with Veronica Pate, Shy'Kemmia's family, and everyone who has never stopped searching for answers. Sharing Shy'Kemmia's story helps keep that search for answers going. Anyone with information about Shy'Kemmia Pate should contact the Dooley County Sheriff's Office or the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Contact information can be found in the show notes. For more cases and updates, follow Hunting for Answers. Join our community on Facebook and find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And as always, if there's a story you believe deserves attention, we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.